What is up, gamers? I haven't uploaded in a while and I need some content. So we're going to do my Tri-Brigade deck profile that I've been playing for like a month now. I'm too lazy to set up my remote duel setup because I haven't played remote duels in months and so my setup isn't set up, whatever. We're going to do shaky cam instead. It's going to be great. Fair warning, I have very shaky hands, so you're not gonna be able to see what's going on. It's gonna be awesome. All right, let's start it out. So yeah, I've been playing pure Tri-Brigade, and it was pretty good last format, but this format it's kind of pee pee poo poo. Well, it's not that bad. It's very okay, and I guess I'll talk about that more as we go into the list. So first off, we have 3 fractal. Oh no, that glare is terrible. That's better. Perfect. So 3 fractal, 3 kits. Oh no, this is terrible one-handed. 3 Karis. And wouldn't you know it, 3 Nerval. So yeah, we just got 3 of all 4 Tri-Brigades. I like this. You really want to see these guys or else you can't play the game. Or Rescue Cat, which we'll get to momentarily. So I like just maxing out on them. I think that's correct. Some people play 2 Karis. That's the only like contentious one. It is really bad if you only open Karis, but I just want to see as many of these guys as possible. So I've been just playing the max number of all of them. Then we have the 3 Rescue Cat. So yeah, best normal summon in the deck. Card's insane. It by itself, if it succeeds in resolving, is full combo. It's crazy. It's a good card. Then for hand traps, we have the Gamma package. This card's really good in this deck in the sense that it can protect your Fractal effect. It can protect your Rescue Cat because it tributes for cost and then you don't have any cards on the field. So it feels wrong not to play this, and every time I resolve it, I like usually win, it feels like. But man, this card is also really bricky. Sometimes you draw the stupid driver and you can't play the game. Sometimes you have like 2 Gammas in hand and you went first, and then they're just kind of chilling. You can maybe cycle them out with the Link Monsters effects, but I don't know. This card, it either feels like the most broken thing in the world or it feels awful. I should also mention, hand traps are kind of bad right now, but a Gamma, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. 3 Ash. There are 2 hand traps right now that or about 3 that I actually feel are pretty good. Ash is one of them. It's probably the 3rd best hand trap right now. And I don't know, it just feels really good to negate Pot of Desires. A lot of Sword Soul players are playing Pot of Desires. A lot of everyone's just kind of playing Pot of Desires. The Flundereese is playing like Pot of Extrav and stuff. So this card's just pretty generically good at negating all the draw 2s. And you got to play 3 different rarities. That's very important. It'll help you draw it whenever your opponent draws Desires. Then we have the hand trap that I just picked up, Nibiru. Nibiru is really good right now. A lot of decks are summoning 5 times. I've just beaten Sword Soul players because I drew Nibiru, because that deck summons so much. Even like Flundereese summons 5 times, but they usually have a way to negate it. So it's not as good in that deck. You'd probably side it out against that deck. But a lot of decks are summoning 5 times. You know, there's a lot of hero rogue players out there right now because of the new hero support. And this card against hero says win the game. So I like Nibiru a lot right now. So it's worth playing. I was playing a lot more hand traps last format, but hand traps suck this format. So the spells, we got a Tenki. It's just a 4th Fractal, and Fractal's the best Tri-Brigade in the deck. It's the best starter. So running 4 copies is good. Then I have 3 Desires. This card says draw 2. Did you know that? This card says draw 2 on it. Yeah, I like 3 Desires for that reason. Sometimes you can like banish some bad stuff, but the funny thing with this deck is usually you're activating Desires at the end of your combo. Like you're doing your whole combo and then you just draw 2. You're just trying to draw into a couple of hand traps. It's very funny and it's very effective. So it's a good card. Called by the Grave is broken. This card should not come back to 3, honestly. As much as I don't know. This card's broken, dude. It's insane. You gotta play the 1. And traps, we got 3 Revolt. 3 is just broken. If you have multiple Revolts, like you Revolt and the next turn you set another Revolt, your opponent's just gonna lose. This card's so broken. It refills your hand. It effectively banishes a card your opponent controls without targeting. What doesn't this card do? It's just insane. Then we have the last hand trap, the last good one. Like the 3 ones that I was saying feel decent are Nibiru, Imperm, and Ash. Imperm's really good right now. It stomps a lot of just random stuff. The reason why it's better than Effect Veiler is because you can, on your turn, negate like a barrier statue of the Stormwinds, and then combo off against Sword Soul. You use it against like you can force the Baron effect or whatever during your turn, and then combo. The fact that Veiler can only be used on your opponent's turn makes it a lot worse. So Imperm's very good. Then we have the 3 Solemn Strike. I really like this card. You know, if you win the die roll and you set a strike on top of everything else, what's your opponent gonna do? This card's won me a lot of games. I've negated like Baron de Fleur a lot with it for some reason. It's just the way things worked out, and then it negates and destroys it. Very good. Strike is just really good right now. And Order. Please ban this card. It feels so bad. Even when you win with it, you're like, wow, that was so stupid. There are some decks where it's not amazing against, like Sword Soul is just kind of okay, but still, this card, it just negates a third of the cards in the game. It's really stupid. Moving on to extra deck, we have Almirage. If you open Kit or Nerval, and that's it, you can normal summon them and then go into this and then combo. It doesn't necessarily completely fix your hand if that happens, but it's still a lot better than not playing this card and just losing. The 2 Fairjits and the 2 Bearbrum, the Link 2s. These are all part of your combo. This card's insane. It just extends and then cycles a card. This one searches the trap. You know, if you know what Tri-Brigade does, you know what these cards do. They're both very good. We have the double Dragon Lords that can be summoned off of any of the Tri-Brigade effects. I feel like I don't often get to summon this card. You really need like a really cracked hand to end on Appaloosa plus this. But if you do, it's very good. Verte, which I'll talk about later. It's not summoning what you think. I'm only playing 1 Link 3, and this actually hasn't come up yet. My extra deck is very tight, and you'll see why. It may or may not involve the Verte, but because of that, I don't really have room for anything else. I kind of have to play only 1 Link 3, and I killed the focus when I did that zoom, but that's fine. Oh gosh, it looks terrible now. What did I do? What did I do, bro? Whatever. But yeah, this card is just, it's just a 3 if you need a 3, which does come up. So you gotta play the 3. And we have double Shureg. Shureg is very broken. It's a very good card. It non-targeting banishes. It if it goes to the grave, you can search out something. This card is very dumb. I would play 3 if my extra deck wasn't so tight. We have the Appaloosa, which you usually end on. And boy, does Appaloosa not feel great against a lot of matchups. Or it just keeps getting like freaking hit by imperms and whatever, and then it doesn't do anything. But that's kind of the part of the problem with this deck is like its end board boss is just this plus a revolt, and this isn't doing much. The revolt's crazy, but this card, I wish it was better right now. Access code, real gold rare, real. This card's very good because it kills the opponent. I like killing the opponent. This deck's a lot less powerful without access code, honestly. It makes closing out games so much easier than it is if you're playing like Boral Sword or something instead of it. So you kind of got to have access code for this deck. Then we have the Zeus package, the Sky Cav plus the Zeus. For the level 2s, you summon off Rescue Cat. You can do Rescue Cat effect, summon the level 2s, go into this, attack, and then go into Zeus. Definitely won me games. If you're summoning Zeus, you're usually winning. Well, because the situations where you would summon Zeus are the ones where Zeus is good. Basically, what I'm trying to say is you don't usually end up summoning this, but when you do, you end up winning. And then we have the Rainbow Neos. So this is what the Verte is summoning, and I'll talk more about that when we get into the side. So yeah, the side deck that I've been playing with right now is this. We're playing 3 Dark Ruler. That way, if you're going... It's a lot of going second stuff in the side. So yeah, this card, it stops your opponent's board from being unbreakable. It's very good. Twin Twister for the back row decks because back row is lame. I've decided to play this instead of Cosmic. I don't know. I just like it better right now. And then we have the 2 alphas in the pink. I'm not playing 3 alphas because I don't have room. So yeah, these are all just like free specials if your opponent controls more monsters. Kind of, because alpha, they have to have an attack value, which makes it a lot worse than pink. It's also not a quick effect. Like, pink is insane. This card kind of flopped. But in this deck in particular, it is a beast, which does matter and has unbricked my hands because I drew it and then could pitch it to summon Karis. So, it's fine. It's an okay. It's okay. Dimensional Barrier is very decent right now. Against Sword Soul, you just call Synchro, and then you feel really good about it. But even in certain matchups, like if you're playing an Invoked player, you can call Fusion. It's a very good side deck card. It's not good in every matchup. Obviously, this card does nothing against Flunderees, so that's why you're siding it and not maining it. But when it works very well. And then we have the Neos package. So yeah, the reasoning behind this is that I refuse to buy the Phoenix Enforcer and Dragoon because they cost money. And I don't want to pay the money. So we're playing the budget version. And also, this deck needs a lot of help going second usually. It's not very good on like game 2 if you're going second. Like, what are you going to do? I have the Dark Rulers and all the other kind of stuff, but this is awesome. You just make Verte, or even if you just hard draw the Neos Fusion, and you go into Rainbow Neos, and this card can wipe their monsters, wipe their back row, or their grave. And oftentimes, that's enough. Because not only did you wipe something, this card can also protect itself because of Neos Fusion. Neos Fusion can banish itself, and then it protects it from battle or card effect destruction one time. Which is really good, because this card also has 4,500 attack, but the camera doesn't want to focus, so you're not, you know. But it makes it very hard to get over. Sometimes they just like can't out the Rainbow Neos. It's just too big and has protection once, and then you win the game. So it's very fun. Obviously, sometimes you draw one of these. It's always Rainbow Dark Dragon, by the way. I've never drawn this card, ever, but I always draw this one. And then it can make your hand bricky. Especially if you draw this and Driver. Oh, man, this is so bad. Yeah, how do I feel about the deck right now? Like I said at the beginning, not great. It's decent, but the Sword Soul matchup is awkward. It's not unwinnable, but it's definitely favored for Sword Soul. But this deck cannot beat Flunderees. Oh my gosh. If you lose the die roll against that deck, you lose. You can't do anything. That deck is just so good against you because it shuts down all Link monsters. And like, you know, almost your entire extra deck is Link monsters. So there's nothing you could do. It's really bad. I don't know, it's fine against Invoked. I've only actually played Invoked like once with this deck, but I completely destroyed them. So I'm just going to assume that means this deck is good against Invoked. What else? What else is in the meta right now? Yeah, I don't know. Hero, the matchup is fine. I mean, that's not really a meta deck. It's just I've just happened to run into hero players lately. Altergeist, you win if you win the die roll, but if you lose the die roll, game 1 is just awful. And then you kind of have to like win the next 2 and hope you see your side deck cards, which is weird. That's also a rogue deck. I'm like forgetting what else is in the meta right now. Oh, yeah, the bird version of this deck. So the bird version of this deck is much better because it's playing Xyz monsters. And you can still play those against Flunderees. So yeah, I'm gonna look into playing the Lyrilisc version of the deck because it just seems so much better right now. So that's probably what I'll pivot to. But I really like this deck. It's a lot of fun. It's very easy, and that's probably the best part. Is if you're playing multiple rounds of something, it can get really exhausting. But this deck plays itself. It's just the same combo. You pitch the Fractal, then you send the kit or whatever, and then the kit you send the Nerval, then you add Karis, and you do that every turn for the entire tournament, and then you win. So yeah, that's the deck. I really enjoy this deck. I just think it's kind of weirdly positioned, and that the bird version is just a lot better. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna look into playing that. I already have most of the cards, but I need to pick up the bird calls and like a couple of the Xyz. And then yeah, it's gonna be very good. Let's go.